Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I just wanted to come here and share a couple of thoughts I've been having last few days. I don't know, I'm just gonna speak my heart out. I think there's a lot that has been going on in my head and I want to get that out. So, I don't know how many of you have watched my previous videos where I speak about I've had a spiritual awakening and I'm going through a healing phase. When I'm saying healing, I'm healing my inner child. So, this is the year I came to know that my inner child has been extremely hurt and neglected by my family or parents. I was born as a second child to my parents, and the problem was I am an extremely sensitive soul, okay? This is something that I realized this year. I'm a very sensitive soul. Like from day one, I would not leave my mom's hand. I would always want to just stay with my mom. If somebody else picked me just to, pamper me or just for the love of taking babies, I would cry. I would cry my heart out. I would want to go back to my mom. So I was so clingy. But what happened with that baby is that when she was 1.5 years, she had a sister. So my sister is 1.5 years younger than me, so which means probably when I was 6 months or 7 months old, my mom would have been pregnant, and from that moment my mom's attention went from me to her womb, the new child, the new baby. And ever since, I think from the age of 1.5, I really had to just be the elder sister, be that big girl, because now there is a baby and everybody's showing attention to her and instead of me. Because I was a sensitive soul, I thought nobody likes me and I'm abandoned. What happens with kids is that when they are given love for a while and then when it is taken away, they cannot process the fact that okay, now mom or dad is busy with a new baby, because their brain is not developed. They cannot understand what's going on in life. They will think that they are abandoned and that they lost love or there's something is wrong with them suddenly, and that is why the love is being stopped or the love has reduced. If the babies or the kids are not reassured, every scolding, every correction would make them feel that there's something wrong with them, and the whole idea that there's something wrong with them gets reinforced every time something happens with them, in terms of mom scolding them, correcting them, not giving them love, neglecting their emotions. All of that is interpreted as there's something wrong with me, mom doesn't love me, I'm abandoned. And this is what happened with me because I am also a sensitive soul. So I've had a lot of mother wounds and abandonment wounds. My parents were really nice to me, but for some reason, because of the circumstances, my brain interpreted everything as that I am a child who has a problem. Like, I don't know what problem, but I felt like I was not normal. Anyways, my point is, I have been healing all those inner child wounds and traumas over the last 10 months, and it has been intense year for me, where I'm shedding old identities. I'm relearning a lot of negative beliefs that I had learned from day one about myself. And what happened is, when I was healing, when I came to know that a lot of issues that I'm facing mentally and emotionally and my nervous system dysregulation, all of it has come from how my parents treated me. I know that my parents have only wanted the best for me, but when I'm healing, I had a lot of rage. I always believed that my parents hurt me. My parents did not give me love. Yes, brown parents, they do care a lot about what society says, what other people say, more than their kids' happiness. And that is a truth. And that is what I hated. That is what I had so much rage towards. And I took it out on my mom. I took a lot out on my mom in the last year. I was always fighting with her. I was always telling her she's wrong. She's been parenting me in the wrong way, and I'm going through all these therapy and issues because of her. As a woman who has lived in a set mindset for 50 years, it is so difficult for her to think apart from that. It took spiritual awakening for me to come into my senses and understand that I had wounds and I have to heal them. When I tell these things to my mom, she cannot process it. She's like, no, I did everything good for you, and why are you blaming me now? That's what so she kept invalidating me again and again, saying, you are the problem, you are overthinking, you are the one who's now blaming me. And it became a really ugly dynamics between me and my mom this year, because she couldn't process the fact that she hurt me, and I couldn't process the fact that she's not understanding me and she's not validating the fact that she hurt me. But as a mom, it is very difficult to accept the fact that I hurt my child. So they would always run away from negative discomfort, uncomfortable feelings like that. So my mom completely denied. After a point, I really wanted my mom to like understand me. That was a wound that I had, that I'm always being misheard and misunderstood by my mom. My mom is not seeing the person I am. She's just, being there physically for me, but then emotionally she's not connecting with me. Is a wound that I've been carrying over all my life. And when I was healing also, I was trying to get that understanding from her. I wanted her to just come to me and tell me, I'm so sorry I hurt you, I'm there for you, I would love you. This is what I wanted. I understand that you were hurt, I understand that you're a person who's sensitive. I wanted this kind of validation. Part of me wanted it, so I tried to fight it and try to somehow grab that from her by constantly telling her, you hurt me, why are you not able to understand this, why are you not able to comfort me, what kind of a mom are you, all of these things. Finally, what I did is I wrote letters about everything I felt about her parenting, whatever she has done, however it has affected me, my mental health, and then I would translate it to Malayalam in ChatGPT, and then I would send it to her like a Malayalam letter saying Amma and all of that. Of course, she is more comfortable with Malayalam, so when she was reading all of this in Malayalam, it went directly into her brain, is what I felt. Ever since I started sending things in Malayalam, she started responding. She started telling me, I didn't know I hurt you so much, and she started understanding me more. She even apologized to me. I'm so sorry, I didn't know what I was doing, and she cried and all of that. But because I was so hurt, I was in a way happy that she was able to understand me, but I was not ready to forgive her. I was not ready to stop hurting her by telling all these things. I would still tell her, yeah, you did this, you did that, you did this. I would keep telling her, but I knew that she would still probably do those things because it's a habit. It's a system that she has learned from her mom. So it's not going to go simply. Like, it took so much of healing for me to come out of this conditioning and being negative about life and everything. She is living that life. I knew that she is not going to change so soon, so I would still want her to change her behavior going forward. Even when my dad was hurting me, even my dad was equally neglectful in a way. Whenever I went to him with a problem or something that I faced emotionally, he would blame me than the situation, or he would say the way I'm taking it is wrong, my attitude towards life is wrong. That's how he has always been. But I would still take all those hurt towards my mom than my dad, because I know my dad is, taking care of the business, the financial side of everything, and I didn't want him to break down mentally. For some reason, I was more comfortable in telling these things to my mom than my dad. And whatever my dad used to even tell me, now I would get hurt and I would tell my mom, like, you guys are still the same, you guys are not listening to me, and all of these things. The other day, I posted on our family WhatsApp group that my parents didn't show me love whenever I've cried. They never came and hugged me, and you guys really need to know how to love your children. You guys don't know how to love, and that is what you must do. You should stop giving us advices. You should give us love and support in whatever we want to do in life, instead of trying to correct us. We are all 25 years and old. All of these things I started telling in the WhatsApp group, in the family group, and I just left it. Then I came to know that my parents got really hurt that I put all these things on the group. That was the first time my dad actually saw me write these things, that they hurt me and they didn't give me love. It is very difficult for parents to kind of do everything for you, and the child just becomes an adult and then comes back at them saying, you haven't loved me enough. It's a very heartbreaking thing for a parent to process. That's something that I realized after what I did. They did hurt me, but my inner child was hurt. That also means that their inner child are also hurt. They hurt me because they are hurt. and they don't even know that they are hurt. I didn't know that I was hurt until I had this awakening experience and I went through healing. So their parents have hurt them and they have no clue that they are hurt, and they're transferring this to us. It is very difficult for parents to go through parenting when they didn't know anything better, and then listen to their children who are now adults, coming back at them and saying, you didn't love me, you didn't do this enough, you hurt me, and all of that. When you write things down in Malayalam or in their language, it really gets to them. There's no other choice for them other than just processing what I've written, because it's their language, it goes directly into their brain. It's really hurtful, and that's something that I understood, and I really want to just start loving my parents, because the only thing that heals people is love. The only thing that needs for a broken thing to be mended is love. If I want things to change with my parents, I need to start with love. If I want love from them, I should start showing love to them, because when they didn't show love to me, I also didn't know how to show love back to them. I didn't know how to show love to my sister. I didn't know how to show love to my friends. I was literally so disconnected from myself and love as a feeling. My heart chakra was so closed that I rejected any love. That now when I started healing, I know how to show love. If they need anything in order to change, that is love. They are so deprived of the feeling of affection and love. They didn't know how to show that to their kids, and they don't know how to show that to themselves. And now I think I'm going to take up the project of healing my mom's inner child, my dad's inner child, by just giving them everything they ever wanted or didn't know they wanted. I really want to take them for an international trip. I want to sponsor that myself, but I'm not yet in a stage where I can sponsor my parents and me for a trip, flight tickets, accommodation, every expenses. But I'm just going to put that out there, and I'm just going to write it on my journal. Now that I'm healing, I want to heal them. I was thinking, after healing, what do I do? Like, now I'm a different person, and what do I do with that? But now God is guiding me to make them happy. All this while, I try to throw shade at them, but now I want to give the happiness they deserve. Sometimes I'm scared to wish for something, these days, because when I wish for something, I obsess over that thing, and then my energy goes into a chasing mode. Like, I will try to chase that thing, and then it'll go farther and farther away from me. This is what has happened with content creation for me. So I was scared to put the desire of taking my parents for an international trip down, because I thought, okay, what if it doesn't happen because I obsess over that goal? But then I realized, if I don't put it out there, there's no chance of it happening. But if I put it out there, there could be some chance of it happening, because I believe whatever you feel like doing is what you're meant to do. That does not mean you will do it in this lifetime, but it's just that it is meant for your soul to accomplish. I don't feel like getting into politics, because probably I'm not meant to do that, but I'm feeling like doing content creation. I'm feeling like taking care of my parents now, or making them happy. Maybe these are things that I'm meant to do. Might happen or may not happen. I'm not sure about that, but I think only if you just put that intention out there, the universe can work in alignment for you. I love my parents so much. Although I did try to make them understand that they hurt me, that was just my wound needing some closure, some healing, some bandage. But I love them so much. I just messaged both of them that I love them so much. And parents deserve it. The thing I've realized is parenting is so difficult. Like, I was just observing the kids around me, like my relatives' kids, my niece, nephew. There's only little parents can actually do. All of us are souls that has come to earth with a life's purpose, or like some purpose. So some kids just interpret life or whatever we do in the way they're supposed to. Like, even if my parents did show me love, because I was a sensitive kid, I would have probably interpreted everything as negative. Something would have hurt me some way or the other, because parents are human beings. They are doing life for the first time. They are becoming parents for the first time. They don't know anything. You cannot be perfect. No human being is perfect. So you will make mistakes in parenting also, and that can hurt the child, or that can bring up a lot of trauma or limiting beliefs in their head. But it's not really the parents' mistake. You cannot do everything perfectly. When you have 2 or 3 kids, it is super difficult to give attention to everybody equally. And that is something I realized. I've been trying to give a lot of attention and love to the kids around me, and I'm seeing how difficult it is. Sometimes the kids don't even respond to the way you show love to them. They just shy away, they just run away, they don't show affection back to you, and there's only little you can do about it. Maybe they have come to this earth with a soul that already is wounded, or from the past lifetime. I don't know. Some kids from day one, they are not so reciprocative of love, and there's only so much you can do. So my parents would have done a lot of things for me, but the way I responded, the way I shied away, the way I showed rudeness, or whatever my soul was going through in that phase, is what came out, and that's how I interpreted life, and that hurt me. So I also have to take accountability of what has happened to me, how much hurt I carried in my head. It's not always my parents. So all these realizations is what made me feel so much empathy for my parents. They did everything they could to give us the best life, and they deserve so much love and happiness from me and my siblings. And something that I've also realized is that I'm ready to take tests from the universe in any way, in my career, in my relationships, in my life. But if God is going to test me through my loved ones, through my family going through something hard, or any health issue or mental issues, or anything that's affecting them mentally and physically, that is a test I cannot take. I'm too sensitive of a soul, but I have a lot of strength in me now. But this is one area where I completely break down. I cannot feel the pain of seeing my loved ones suffer, especially my sister. I cannot take that test. My mom, my dad, my I know it is like that for everyone. Nobody wants to see their loved ones suffer, but we forget to acknowledge these things. We chase after goals and career, money, this and that, but what really matters is there are these certain things that you cannot really take. And I used to run after a lot of goals, this and that. I still like chasing goals. I still like, pushing myself beyond my comfort zone. But what really matters to me is just making my family happy in the smallest way possible, not with money necessarily, but just bringing a lot of high vibrations inside the family, and just sharing a lot of love and affection towards each other, teaching each of us to show that love towards each other. I think these are the things that really matter to me at this point, and I really need to strengthen myself up to be able to handle anything bad happening to my loved ones, because that is inevitable. One day you will probably lose your parents unless you die before them. That's another case, but I think that's something that I need to build, strengthen my heart for. I have been in survival mode all my life. That's also because I was raised in an environment where survival, when I'm saying survival, it's not financial. It's just, it's a state of mind you're in. You're constantly learning to abandon yourself to please others, please society, to be nicer, to be kinder, even when you don't feel like it. When you're not connected with your body and your emotions, your body goes into, your nervous system goes into survival mode in different ways. So I've been healing the survival mode that my body is in. And something I've realized is my parents are also living in survival mode. Their bodies are living in survival mode. Survival mode also increases a lot of cortisol, the stress hormones in the body, and that can lead to, diseases. So they are constantly in a state of, okay, what next? How can I get the next girl married and this and that? There's so many things in their head that they're constantly in a state of worry and tension and fear of the future. I don't know why, but they're not relaxing. Even when we go for a vacation, I know their mind is not fully relaxed because they're living either in the past or in the future. They're never living in the present. Their inner child is hurt, their nervous system is dysregulated. Now My goal is to bring them out of that survival mode, not to make them proud, just to make them feel happy in doing the things they love instead of attaching it to how we are doing in our lives. It would definitely affect them, but my goal is not to make them proud now. I just want to bring joy into their lives, into their minds. So I would just want to talk to people who are watching this video and has felt something, is not having a good relationship with their parents. I want to tell you, feel the hurt and heal the hurt, and then, because love is the only thing that will heal your relationship with your parents. You need to show them love that they didn't show you, because they haven't got it from their parents. They should at least get it from their kids, and they deserve it. That's it. Bye bye. Hope I did make you think a bit, because I did think a lot. Alright, bye.